Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you all are doing very good and you are also enjoying and learning from our playlist of previous year question series of each chapter in CBSE Class 10 Physics. Now, I brought you one more video. In this video, I am going to show you multimeter. It is a best substitute to voltmeter and ammeter and explain you how to use it. You might have never seen this equipment in circuit diagrams in the textbook. Without wasting a minute, let us dive into the video. So you might have seen this is the voltmeter and this is the ammeter. Without using these two, and if we use these two, what happens? We have to fix these two instruments to the circuit diagram. We cannot remove and we cannot measure it in between the circuit diagram. In between the circuit diagram, in between the timing, if we want to measure the voltage and current passing in the circuit, using these two instruments it is not possible because these contacts will be fixed. So best alternative for these two is this meter, which is multimeter. This will be having two terminals like this. Wherever we want to measure voltage, there we can, without disturbing the circuit, we can just keep these terminals like this. Suppose let us have a circuit diagram first. Imagine that you have a circuit diagram like this. "30 volts, this is 20 ohms and this is 10 ohms. Now you want to find the voltage across this resistance, or else you want to find the voltage across this resistance, or else you want to find the voltage across this resistance. Wherever you want, you take the voltmeter. I am giving the theoretical explanation. I'll explain how to use the voltmeter also, right? So these are two terminals, right? You can keep one terminal here, fix. You want to measure voltage across this 20 ohms, you keep like this, that much only. Or you want to measure across this 10 ohms resistance, you keep these two terminals like this, that much only. It will show the reading. You want to measure voltage across these two terminals, you keep these two terminals like this, that much only. It will show the reading. If we want to use a regular voltmeter, then what we have to do? This terminal should be connected to negative and this terminal should be connected to positive. It is a hectic process and it takes time also. Using this voltmeter, what can we do? We can replace voltmeter and ammeter. Using this multimeter, we can replace voltmeter and ammeter using this only simple multimeter. So we should be knowing what is this multimeter, how to use it. See, look at this neatly. From here to here, it will be having three terminals. One terminal, if you look at this terminal, is written V ohm milliampere, means this is the positive terminal and this should be connected to positive terminal. Using this terminal, you can measure voltage and you can measure ohms and you can measure milliamperes also. This is the common terminal. Common terminal means to measure voltage also, to measure ohms also, to measure milliamperes also. This is the common terminal, that will be black. So this one will be red. And now here if you see, there is 10 amperes. If you want to measure a current of 10 amperes, then this should be replaced to here. This is about the connections. Now you look at this one. This is made of plastic and there will be a display present here. And there will be a thing which can be rotated like this. If you want to measure voltage, we know, right, it is a multimeter and we can measure anything using this multimeter. What can we measure? Voltage of DC voltage, voltage of AC voltage, current of DC current, afterwards a maximum current of 10 amperes, and afterwards a HFE means a transistor gain. And this is also used to verify some transistor operations. And now this is used for continuity and for diode. This range, see, there is a red line present here, if you see, correct? There is a red line present here. This is for measuring resistance and this is for measuring voltage. So now you imagine that you are going to measure the voltage of a cell. Imagine You are going to measure voltage of a cell. Okay. See, this cell voltage you are going to measure. How much voltage is going to give? See, you can see neatly it is going to give 9 volts, correct? So keep here. Where is the voltage here? Here is the voltage. Within this line you have to keep. Okay. So change it. 200 millivolts, 2000 millivolts, 20 volts, 200 volts and 1000 volts. How much we need to measure here? 9 volts only. So if you keep at 200 millivolts, it cannot measure 9 volts. 2000 millivolts also it cannot measure. If you keep at 20 volts, then it can measure. Correct? So now let us keep this multimeter down and let us find this two terminal. So here, see here, this is negative and this is positive. Here it is written. So this is going to be positive, this is going to be negative. Positive should be given to positive, negative should be given to negative. We will measure this one here now. One second. Here we kept it to 10 amperes. That's why it is not showing. So replace it and keep it here. Okay. Now you keep. See? 8.9 volts it is showing. Correct? Huh? So now let us change the range. Change this one to 200 volts and keep. Let us see whether it is showing or not. Showing 9 volts. Correct? Huh? 9.1. Now let us keep it to lesser than 20 volts. I kept it to 2000 millivolts. Now let us see what happens. Is it able to show? It is unable to show. I will keep it 200 millivolts and I will connect it. Is it able to show? It is unable to show. I will keep it 20. Now see, it is showing. Understood or not? Like that, which range you need to measure, you should be clear. See, if you keep this terminal here off, here if you see, this is AC voltage. If you keep here, it can measure maximum of 200 volts. If you keep here, it can measure of maximum of 750 AC volts. And here, this is for measuring current. See, 200 microamperes, 20 milliamperes, 200 milliamperes. Okay. And now, this one. This is for measuring resistance. From here to here, it is for measuring resistance. If you keep here, it can measure a maximum of 200 ohms. If you keep here, it can measure a maximum of 2000 ohms, 20 kilo ohms, 200 kilo ohms, 2000 kilo ohms. Now let us find this resistance. In the last video, we found out the resistance of voltmeter and ammeter, correct? Let us find the resistance of voltmeter now. Positive I gave to positive, negative I gave to negative. See, I kept it 2000. It is showing 13 around. I'll keep it 200 kilo. It is again showing 12.6. Means within 200k it is there. 12.6 kilo ohms. I kept it 20k. See, 12.6 kilo ohms. I keep it 2000. See, where 2000, where 12.6 kilo ohms. Correct? So it should be minimum of 20k to show the resistance of voltmeter. If you keep it 200 also, it is not in the range, it is not showing. If you keep it 2000 also, it is not in the range, it is not showing. If you keep it 20k, then it is showing. See, 12.6 kilo ohms is the resistance of this voltmeter. Now let us find out the resistance of ammeter. Replace this voltmeter with ammeter. Positive to positive and negative to negative. Okay, now I kept where? I kept at 2000 volts, 2000 ohms, not showing anything. 200, 0.9. 0.9 ohms is the resistance of this ammeter. These wires are which are out of, we don't think that nothing, something is there. All is connected here only. See, no? 1 ohm. If I keep it any larger value, see, nothing it is showing. lose contact it maybe. Let us find it, keep it here. See, 0. If I keep it 200, see, 1.3 ohms. Ammeter resistance will be very less, correct? That's why it is having a resistance of 1.3 ohms only. If you keep it any other range, it is showing 0, because resistance value is 0 for ammeter for this range. Okay, this is how to use a multimeter. Thank you. We'll meet in the next video very soon. Thank you so much.